Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start cranking out some cavatelli here. We're gonna start by taking our dough. This is the dough that we made in the instructions earlier. I'm gonna break a piece of this off right here. Okay, about yay much. Okay, now we're gonna have to roll this out. We're gonna get this into a section that's gonna be pretty uniform. So I'm gonna keep rolling. I've got a piece of rubber underneath the cutting board, and that makes it a lot easier to not have the board flying around on you. Okay. Now when you first work this dough, it is going to be a little bit elasticy when it's cold and when it's fresh. But as the dough sits for a little while, it'll work with you. And when you're working with the 00 flour, it's going to make a big difference. See how it got a little thin? I want to keep this uniform. Okay, we're gonna see why in a second. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just start cranking off some of these pieces over here. I want to keep them uniform, because part of my goal is to make sure that the cavatelli is consistent. Okay, I'm just going to do that for now. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of flour, sprinkle it like so. The goal is not to cover it with so much flour that the stuff will start sliding around on you. Just want to have a nice little coating on it so that when we throw it in the pan, it doesn't stick to each other. Okay. All right, so there we go. We're going to start with a piece of. I'm going to start slow here so you guys can see. Make it round. Put the edge of the knife into the dough. Roll forward. See, no good. It didn't work out. Okay, we're going to try another one. See, the problem is I get too much flour and I think I pressed too hard. So I get performance anxiety here on TV. Alright, here we go. Another one nice and slow. Roll it up. Peel it back. Okay. When you're working with the 00 flour, it's going to make a big difference, okay? 00 flour, this stuff's going to feel like butter. When you're working with, when I first started doing these, I was using a mixture of semolina, about maybe a little less than 1/3 semolina to about 2/3 all-purpose flour, and it was very tough. This stuff moves like butter, and as a matter of fact, so much so that you're going to cut your production time down to about maybe 50%. Either that or maybe I'm just getting the hang of it. Like I said, I've been making these, personally I've been making these, might be like my 10th batch or something like that. Alright, just keep cranking them out. If you want to get picky, you may find that sometimes you roll them and they become too long. You just trim the edges off, like, see, here's a fatty, right, and here's a skinny guy. So we're going to go like that. Alright, punch him out. He's done. We'll roll these two guys together. Alright, here we go. Okay, here's another kind of fatty. Okay, take him. So you just want a little bit of flour there, like I said. You don't want to. You get the board covered with too much flour, and you end up with a disaster on your hands. You end up with balls of dough don't want to work with you. This guy's a little wide, but part of what I like about this pasta is it's really not about perfection. They're all going to have their own character. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of semolina, drop it in the pan here, and I'm going to move it around like so till it stops sticking. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to throw this in the batch that's in the freezer. And in the freezer it's going to cool off and it's going to start to firm up so that they don't stick to each other. And I typically keep this pasta in the freezer right up until I'm going to cook it. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.